Hey, how's it going, folks? Well, in today's edition of Wrestling Connect, we're going to talk about some comments Chris Jericho made in regards to NXT. Also, potential surprise tomorrow at All Out, as well as Impact Wrestling working with AAA and Ric Flair trademarking the term The Man. That and much more on today's edition of Wrestling Connect. Well, Chris Jericho is no stranger to saying what he feels, and what he feels is that AEW is not going to war with NXT. He said, why would you start a war with some minor leagues? Chris Jericho did speak with Hollywood Life. He said, I think AEW are doing what we are doing on Wednesday night, and WWE decided to counter-program with NXT. He added, there is no war for me at all because there is not one guy on that show that I've ever heard of before, and that's not trying to be snobby. It's just that I don't watch NXT. If you watch NXT, that's fine. If you watch AEW, that's fine as well. But it is certainly not a war on our part because we've been doing great on our own, selling out shows and selling 10,000 tickets in 5 minutes without any type of war or competition. So those are fighting words from Chris Jericho, as he does state he doesn't even know anyone in NXT. Clearly he knows who Matt Riddle is, because Matt Riddle went on him and they went on a little back and forth. But Chris Jericho doesn't think that there is a war between AEW and the WWE. Well, Ric Flair has filed a trademark for the term The Man. He filed an affidavit with the United States Trademark Office citing he's been known as The Man since 1976. He filed two trademarks, one for clothing and the other one for performances. And this is something that was filed earlier this week with the United States Trademark and Patent Office. Whether or not the WWE is going to oppose this trademark, I'm not sure. They do use the terms The Man on different types of clothing and merchandise for Becky Lynch, and whether or not the WWE wants to try to oppose it, they can 30 days after the trademark filing is live. Whether or not they're going to do that, or whether or not Ric Flair is just trying to protect himself, since he has been known that for quite some time. Well, Impact Wrestling is working with AAA on their Luchas Invade New York event on September 15th at the Hulu Theater in Madison Square Garden in New York. This is big for Impact Wrestling, as some of their stars will be showcased at this AAA event. It was originally supposed to be at Madison Square Garden. They moved it to the smaller venue, Hulu Theater, inside MSG, and Impact Wrestling will be working with AAA. They do have a great relationship with the company. And who else has a relationship with that company is AEW. And according to Justin Barrasso over at Sports Illustrated, Impact Wrestling is actually in talks with AEW to allow one of their recent signees compete at the Casino Battle Royale tomorrow prior to All Out, and that is Tenille Dashwood, also known as Emma in the WWE. Apparently there is talks between Impact and AEW to allow her to compete at that event. If you do remember Double or Nothing, Brian Cage, Impact World Champ, was supposed to compete at the show, but Impact basically said, nah, you can't compete while you're under contract with us. Clearly, there is some dialogue between those two parties, and the fact that they both have relationships with AAA, it is interesting here. Whether or not we see Tenille Dashwood, that remains to be seen, but it will be a good exposure for Impact Wrestling to have one of their stars at the AEW event. That is all for today's edition of Wrestling Connect. That being said, your thoughts, drop them in the comments below, and don't forget to DDT that like button and subscribe, join the notification squad to be notified of new videos, and have a great day.